Yes, welcome back everybody. This is Rate This Clinic. Today I wanted to do a little video on something I saw recently, and that is Rio Ferdinand, the Manchester United legend, one of the best, if not the best centre-back that's played in the Premier League. He recently got a hair transplant at Dr Cinik in Istanbul. So I'm going to do a little commentary today. We're just going to have a quick discussion about it. So let me start rolling the video now. I'm not going to play sound because I don't want them to do me for copyright like Cosmetica keep trying to do. So here we go. So there's Ferdinand with the shirt. Cinik, it looks like he's just signed for Dr. Cinik basically. They're holding up the Man United shirt. He's having a hair and beard transplant. He's gone out for dinner with Cinik. You won't be doing that if you get a hair transplant there. He's coming out the VIP vehicle. There you go, showing one of his goals for England. Again, meeting Cinik, all very promotional kind of stuff. Looks like he's getting the VIP treatment, which you'd expect for a world-class footballer. There you can see him looking at some of the other footballers' shirts that have been to Cinik. And here he's basically discussing what he's going to do, which is to have some patches in his beard filled in and his hairline lowered very slightly. So yeah, you can see him there doing the analysis on his hair. Another goal for Man United. And yeah, overall very slick promotional video looks like. Rio looks a bit nervous there. And yeah, this is the procedure. They're probably putting saline solution and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, Cinik even gives him a hug at the end. That's nice. So yeah, okay. So let's delve into this a little bit. So first of all, Ferdinand doesn't really have hair loss. He's got a slightly high hairline, but he's not really regressing in hair loss. Like he's not becoming a Norwood 2 or a Norwood 3 like I was. And he doesn't have any visible balding. This is purely like he just wants to lower his hairline. And it looks like they're using a very minimal amount of grafts. So probably about 1,000, maybe less. So it's a very small procedure. And he's also having his beard done. So I'd assume that they're using hair from his neck on underneath his chin. And they're going to put it into his patches in the beard. So overall, for any kind of world-class doctor, this should be a pretty straightforward procedure. It doesn't look like it's going to be very difficult to get a good result with Rio. And if it works out, Rio is going to look good. So let's just go into this. He's gone to Dr. Cinik. Now, Dr. Cinik, there's zero doubt in my mind, is a chop shop, is a hair mill. They're probably doing 30 plus operations a day. You don't know who the technicians are going to be on the day. So it is Russian roulette basically, or maybe in this case, Turkish roulette. You go there, you may get a good result. You may not. You may get a team of technicians who know what they're doing and are in a good mood. You might not. You might go there and it's a cab driver and a teenage girl who are working on you that day, and you get an awful result with bad angles, patchy growth, and an over-harvested donor, which was my story at Asli Tarjan, as I'm sure you probably know by now. Obviously, in this case, Rio being a footballing legend and a pundit on, I don't know where he works these days. He's got his own podcast. I think he still works on BT Sports. He's a high profile figure. So having that in mind, he's obviously going to get the full scale VIP treatment from Dr. Cinik. So first of all, Dr. Cinik was absolutely involved in this surgery. So if you go to Dr. Cinik, more than likely, I think you can get a premium package from him, but I'm not sure. But more than likely, Cinik will not be involved in your surgery. And even if he is involved somehow and you've paid some premium to get him involved, he'll probably come in, do the quote unquote opening of the channels where he just does a few incisions in your hair, and then he'll walk out and then a technician will take over. And this is a very common story. I spoke to somebody very interesting recently who worked at a clinic that rhymes with Posmedica. And he told me some horror stories. So it's a very common tactic that's used in these hair mills. So yeah, so Cinik was definitely involved in this one because obviously it's a high profile client. He's going to get him the best result. And there's no doubt that if Cinik himself is involved, he'll probably get you a good result. I'm not saying that Cinik himself is a bad doctor. The issue is that Cinik is not involved in most of the surgeries. That's why they mostly come out as crap. So Cinik must have been involved. He probably had his best techs involved, his most experienced techs, the ones who are the best with hand-eye coordination, who understand exactly what needs to be done. Because obviously his reputation's on the line. If Rio goes there and gets botched, then that's Cinik's reputation down the drain. So what I want to tell people is not to be fooled by this very slick piece of marketing. You are not going to go for dinner with Cinik. Cinik is not going to stand there hugging you when you walk in. You will be thrown to the dogs once you go there. It is Russian roulette, like I said. You could go there and you could get the worst result known to man. More than likely, you'll get an average result, but it's also very likely you'll get a below average result. So that's why when I see promotional pieces like this, it's quite sad. And I'm not blaming Rio because Rio's probably none the wiser about the botches. He's probably been invited by Cinik. He's thought, you know what? Why am I going to turn this down? It's a good thing for me. I can get my hairline lowered a little bit. I can get my beard done up. He'll probably end up with a good result. So I'm not even blaming Rio Ferdinand at all. I'm not saying he's unethical, but Cinik and his company are the ones who are going to lure unsuspecting people in, primarily from the UK, and unfortunately, primarily dumb urban kids like I was when I went and done it, who don't do their research. Arabs, Middle Easterners, African guys, they go there and they're expecting the world and they end up with nothing. So don't be taken in by this because you will not have what Rio Ferdinand and all these other high-profile footballers and athletes have got at Cinik. I think they're even sponsoring a football club now. I think it was West Ham that I saw on their Instagram page. So like I said, don't risk it by going to a hair mill. I still get hundreds of comments, and I haven't even been that active on this channel. Still get hundreds of comments. What do you think about such and such hair mill? What do you think about such and such hair mill? Man, I'm not going to respond to you. I've made it very clear why hair mills are a problem for you. I've made it very clear why you're stupid if despite all the warnings you still go to the hair mill. Go somewhere reputable, which has plenty of reviews, independent reviews, not reviews posted by the clinics, which aren't paid reviews. And it's quite easy to discern who's paid and who's not. Do your research. Take longer than a few months if you need to decide on a clinic. And find the one that when you meet them, when you talk to them, they're not just selling you that you're going to get an amazing result. They're realistic with you because things don't always go to plan and things don't always come out perfect. So you need to be realistic. I myself have recently had some work done, which I'm going to tell you all about it in a future video. But when I met the doctor, he was very realistic. He didn't try to sell me dreams. In fact, he even tried to dissuade me from doing the procedure in certain ways, which I respected because it told me that this guy's not just out for my money. But you know what? I've done it. I'm about 5 months onward from it, 4 months, something like that. And I'm really happy with how things are looking. But yeah, I will be letting you guys know all about that in a future video. But yeah, Rio, you're the man, but don't listen to Rio on this one. Cinik is a irk. His clinic are irks. And shout out to Cosmetica as well, who keep trying to get me deleted off YouTube. They recently got one of my videos taken down and they keep trying to hit me with copyright strikes for my other video. So yeah, good luck with that. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one.